Hey guys, I did not know what the heck to call this video, so um, what I'm going to be doing today is I saw a picture in a magazine and I looked at what they used for products and I was like, I think I can recreate that same look using products that I already have for a lot less money instead of going out and buying the expensive items. So what am I talking about first of all? Nylon magazine stopped doing print magazines a few years ago and now it's just a website. However, starting this year, twice a year, they are putting out two print magazines a year, one for fall and winter, one for spring and summer. Well, I just picked up the spring summer one the other day. So inside that magazine on page 37 is a look that they're calling Siren Call. And it says, for an oceanic gleam, take a cue from the legendary Pat McGrath and reach for her brand's Dark Star 006 V4 Eye Duo, or tap on her iridescent Chromolux Artistry pigments. She says, my favorite way is to apply them to the center of the lids for a deep smoldering smoky eye. Her secret, always start with a dark base. She uses her Permagel Ultra Glide eye pencil in extreme black. Diffuse with a blending brush, then press the shimmer on top. You can wear them on the eyes, on the lips, or on the cheekbones, Cupid's bow, and inner corners as a dazzling highlighter. Don't worry about being precise or perfect. The last step is mascara. 3 coats minimum, and of course waterproof. Well, I'm not going to use 3 coats of mascara, but this is the picture of the product, and then that is the picture of the look that they did. And I thought, you know what, I bet I can find some products in my collection that I can recreate this look with what I already have without buying anything. So far I have applied LA Colors Sundae Lip Balm in the flavor Pineapple, e.l.f. Liquid Poreless Putty Primer, and there's maybe one application of that left. And then NYX Pro Fix Stick Corrector in pink, e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer in the shade Fair Beige, Maybelline Super Stay 24-Hour Skin Tint in number 112, NYX Buttermelt Bronzer in Buttercup, Revolution Liquid Blush in Dolly Rose, Wet n Wild Megaglo Highlighting Powder in Blossom Glow, and I did my brows with NYX Micro Brow Pencil in Cool Ash Brown. Okay, so before we get started with the reproduction of the look in that magazine, I want to do my lips actually first because, well, let me put the lip liner on first and then I'll explain. This is L'Oreal Color Riche lip liner in Naturale. Now for my lipstick, I bought a lipstick that is one of the most iconic lipsticks of all time, and for whatever reason I have never owned it or bought it. What am I talking about? Number 800 by L'Oreal, Fairest Nude. I've never owned this. I don't know why. I just never tried it, but I know it's one of the best-selling lipsticks of all time. Wow, that's really natural looking. It looks like it would go with pretty much anything. I know some people, this is the only lipstick they'll wear. Yeah, that's a very natural looking thing that I can see why it's so popular. Okay, so let's start with the eyes now. Now she said a black base, okay, so I'm going to use my Maybelline Color Tattoo in Risk Maker, which is just a black cream eyeshadow that will not budge once you put it on. So let's go in with a brush because I don't want my fingers to all turn black. And I think in order to be as precise as possible, I think I'm going to use a mirror. Now, I am using a black base not just because they suggested it in the article, but because I'm going to use a pigment, a mica pigment that I already own. It's by the brand Just Pigments, and it was sent to me for free in PR, so full disclosure. And I will also put that in the description box because it's the law. You're supposed, if you get something for free, you're supposed to either say it in the video, put it in the description box, or actually doing both is best. Some people don't do that. And you can't say, well, oh, I forgot. You know, that's not a good enough excuse because there are FCC rules about this. Okay, so I'm going to take this out. And you don't have to go crazy with this. You know, just put enough to give the product you're putting on top something to cling to. Now, if you go on the Pat Mcgrath website and look at this product, they show you a number of different ways to use it. And there was one picture in particular that intrigued me, and because I have a similar product to that other one that I showed you too. So I'll explain when I get to it. All right. Right in that crease there. We don't want like any white streaks of skin popping through because I don't want the products I'm using on top to look blotchy. Yes, I said products, plural. Okay, so let's close this Maybelline Color Tattoo up so that it stays nice texture-wise. And when you get pigments from Just Pigments, they come in a little envelope, and I always put them in little containers to make them easy to use. But doesn't that look just like the color that I just showed you in that magazine? All right. So next, I'm going to take this small brush and dip it into the pigment. Now this is a very dark color, and this is a mica powder, so it is extremely pigmented, especially where it is a dark color. So I'm tapping off my brush because I don't want this to be any messier than it has to be. Okay, now I'm gonna press this onto that Maybelline Color Tattoo. And I may get some fallout from this. And if I do, I'll just clean it up later. All right, so it's super, super dark, just like I expected it to be. Now I'm trying to blend it down into the lash line so that I don't have a white line. Right along where my lash line starts. Okay, now I'm going to set this brush aside, and I'm going to take a larger brush and start blending the edges. Now I'm going to set that brush down and go back to my original brush, and I'm going to put some in the crease. And just take it up and out a little bit. Now this is a very artsy type look, otherwise known as like high fashion. So this is not like something you would do to wear to the office or school or to whatever your job is, unless you work at Hot Topic or something like that, or Mac maybe, or maybe Sephora. I don't know. Now that I think about it, I don't remember ever seeing a Sephora employee with really wild makeup. All right, so I'm going to set the brush down and go back to my larger brush. All right, see how that's all like blended and diffused? So that I don't have as much of a harsh edge. Right along the edges, nicely blended. And you can just keep going over that outside part until it's diffused to the point that you like it, okay? Next, I'm going to take this detail brush and we're going to pick up like the smallest amount possible and then twirl the brush on the inside of the container to try to diffuse it or get less product there. Now we're going to go under the eye. By the way, if you ever order from this company, they have loads of like safety information on there because not all their pigments can be used for makeup. So make sure that you read all the information that is provided for you because it's very important to know that. This is just colored mica powder that I'm using, and it is eye safe, but like some of the products can't be used on the lips, some of the products can't be used on the eyes. You just have to make sure that you're getting the right pigments for what you want to use it for, okay? So this is all connected now, and I'm going to close this container so that I don't spill it. Now, in one of the pictures on the Pat McGrath website, they put a cream, because this Pat McGrath product that they used for these looks is two products. You get the dark blue pigment, but you also get a cream product in a jar, and it is this color right here. This is the NYX Ultimate Glow Shot, and this is a cream eyeshadow, and the color is blueberry, blueberry baller. And in one of the pictures that I saw, they put some of this over this on the lid. So I'm just taking a small shader brush, and we're just gonna put that on the lid over this. And I'm doing this with like a tapping motion. Yeah, this is about as artsy and high fashion as it gets, guys. Wow. But what a nice effect that gives. So I'm just trying to tap it now close to the lash line so I don't have any like streaks or anything. Wow. Okay. Now this is a lot, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this dry. Shouldn't take very long, but while I'm letting that dry, I'm going to do the other eye off camera, and then I will curl my lashes and put mascara on and show you the finished look in a minute. Okay, so that is the finished look, and the price on these two products that I used for this are the NYX Glow Shot in Blueberry Baller is $11 at Ulta, or you can order it from the NYX website. The Pigment from Just Pigments, this is a sample size. This is $1.50. And I'm telling you, you guys, you just cannot beat using these mica powders as eyeshadows. I mean, this is so pigmented, and there's enough in there that this would last a long time. You could do this same look if you fell in love with it. You could do it over and over again many, many times before you actually went through this sample size. They do sell their pigments in larger quantities too, because people use these pigments for all different things. They use them in arts and crafts and making bath bombs and all kinds of stuff. You can, use them for artwork. But anyways, yeah, $1.50. How can you go wrong there? And then the Maybelline Color Tattoo. The only place I can still find these are CVS. And the Maybelline Color Tattoo is $8 at CVS. So for those three products, it's $20, okay? If you bought the Pat McGrath Dark Star Duo and the eye pencil that she recommends as the black base, it would be $79 total for those two products. So you might as well call it 80, okay? So $80 for the Pat McGrath, 20 for the less expensive brands. I mean, you don't need to spend a lot of money to create an artistic, high fashion makeup look, or just to have fun with makeup in general. You know, there's always dupes out there. It's just a matter of figuring out what they are, and that's where I come in. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.